Whew, man, it has been a long time since I've filmed in this room. For all those who've missed this background, it's back. That's right, you got the green bird, poop man, it's all here, and I'm ready to do another video. I've done something like this before, it was the weirdest laws ever, and now we're gonna be doing another one. These are even more weird laws in every state. In Alabama, confetti is illegal. So for all of those that love to do big gender reveal parties, or just have a party with confetti, you gotta say no, it's illegal. Probably has something to do with like it being all over the place and everything on the floor. They just don't want to deal with it, but kind of a dumb law. No moose on sidewalks. So if you have a pet moose and it goes on the sidewalk, get it off. You always gotta wonder how these laws even come into place. In Arizona, you can't spit. I mean, probably not much of a problem. It's so dry out there. Their mouths are probably so dry they have nothing to spit anyway. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. I gotta take this off. In Arkansas, you have to say the name right of Arkansas. If you say anything else, it's illegal and you're going to jail. They got the right way to pronounce it right here. Arkansas. Oh, so I said it wrong. I'm going to jail. Arkansas. In California, no nuclear bombs allowed. Wow, what a crazy law. I wonder why they ever put it into place. In Colorado, whack your weeds. I gotta actually read this one. Alright, so it basically says if your weeds get 10 inches or taller, it's illegal and you gotta cut it. Get those weeds out of there. In Connecticut, pickles must bounce. I've seen this one before. Basically, you have to have a pickle. In order to sell it, it needs to bounce. Why? Because weird laws. In Delaware, there is no Halloween on Sundays. So if Halloween happens to fall on a Sunday, sorry, you're out of luck. No candy. Boo-hoo. Go to Walmart. And it says right here, for anybody wondering, if it happens to fall on a Sunday, they have to do it October 30th. In Florida, no fault for bad dog. What is this one about? A dog owner isn't liable for damages caused by their pet if at the time of any injury. Okay, yada yada. So, no bad dogs in Florida. Okay. In Georgia, no masks are allowed. You cannot wear any mask in a public place. The only exception is children under 16 when it's Halloween. This law, I'm sure, will stop burglars from breaking in places. In Hawaii, no billboards. Honestly, I kind of like that. It keeps the place looking clean and good. Unlike New York, they got ads plastered everywhere. Hawaii keeps it clean, and I like that. In Idaho, you always gotta smile. I'd probably get fined every day. In Illinois, no fancy bike riding. The governors are very salty of your bike riding and they do not want to see you doing fancy tricks. In Indiana, no cold beer. In Iowa, no drunk surfing. So if you're drunk and you like to go surfing, I'm sorry to say it, but you can't do it in Iowa. Very sad, but you're gonna have to find some other hobby. In Kansas, no hunting from a motorboat. So if you like hunting, but you don't like walking, and you go in your boat, can't do it in Kansas, go somewhere else. In Kentucky, it's illegal to dye your ducklings. Basically, you can't dye them a different color. I don't really disagree with that law. Kind of just like, why would you even do that in the first place? But that's a law. I guess it's weird, and I've seen that one before. In Louisiana, they ban all books that refer in some way of human or animal blood. So if your book has anything related to that, they ban it outright. In Maine, no roller skating stunts. You're gonna do it like everybody else, and if you go crazy, you're gonna get fined. Man, these people are just party poopers. You can't even have fun while ice skating now. In Maryland, you gotta watch your mouth. So basically, there's a place in Maryland where you can't swear, and if they catch you, you get fined. In Massachusetts, no expensive golf balls. So in Michigan, this one's pretty interesting. It's illegal to cheat on your wife or husband or whatever. In Minnesota, you won't be charged for anything if you're drunk in public. Minnesota loves drunk people. So if you're drunk and you like to walk around, go to Minnesota. They won't do anything. In Mississippi, you can have no more than one child if you're not married. So once you're married, you can have like 50 children, but if you're not, you can only have up to one. In Missouri, if you see a bull running around, you can't do anything about it. These laws are just crazy. You also got to think, why are some of these laws still in place? Like, don't they look back at these and just like get rid of them? Maybe it's harder than it looks, but I just think it's just funny how some of these laws are still a thing. In Montana, you can't play frisbee at night. Or, in other words, the frisbee golf game where you throw a frisbee into a basket. In Nebraska, no mixing liquor or beer. That's it. Just don't do it. In Nevada, no throwing items off a chairlift. I mean, that's not that weird. Like, you don't want to interfere with the other people skiing down if you're throwing stuff at them. Kind of intense that it's a law, but it makes sense. I don't see that as like a crazy thing. In New Hampshire, no cemetery picnics. So, if you like to have a picnic in the cemetery, I don't know what you're even doing, but you can't do it in New Hampshire. In New Jersey, there's no pumping your own gas. You just gotta be lazy and let somebody else do it. In New Mexico, you can't stop mid-anthem. So if you're singing the national anthem and you stop, I'd be shaking. In New York, no releasing balloons in the sky. I mean, it's really like not a good thing to do that anyway. In North Carolina, limited bingo time. For all the grandmas, sorry, you gotta stop playing bingo all night. In North Dakota, there's no fireworks after 11. In Ohio, you must have toilet paper in a public place. In Oklahoma, you can't trip a horse. In Oregon, you can't throw human waste. In Pennsylvania, you can't bring alcohol across the state line. A lot of alcohol laws on this list. In Rhode Island, you can't pretend to be a professional auctioneer. In South Carolina, no static electricity. In Tennessee, no Netflix password sharing. In Texas, office holders must believe in a higher power. In Utah, no keg parties. In Vermont, they can't make a law that takes away clothing lines like this photo, or they can. I don't really understand this law. In Virginia, no hunting on Sundays. In Washington, it is illegal to kill Bigfoot. So if you see Bigfoot, you can take a photo, but you cannot kill him. Washington, D.C., there's no dancing at monuments. In West Virginia, you can't eat roadkill. In Wisconsin, you can only have butter on your bread. In Wyoming, no drinking and skiing. And that's the end.